Welcome into another Master Duel video, and it's finally time for a Thunder Dragon deck profile, so let's get going. So here we are. For the people who have been playing Thunder Dragon for a long time, they know that this isn't pure Thunder Dragon. This is actually a bit of a Chaos variant, but it has been kind of the pure Thunder Dragon for a long time now. Especially since when TCG banned Colossus, people have opted into a bit of a Chaos version. It has transitioned into Master Duel with this package. And since there are still limitations in Master Duel of some of the cards, we still can't run pure Thunder Dragon. But I think it's about time. People aren't even putting Thunder Dragon in their tier lists, even though the deck still is really strong. That Hawk goes to 3, Roar goes to 3. If you've played Thunder Dragon again, you know that in a lot of the versions Roar actually is played at 2 anyway, but in this version specifically, he's a part of the really good starting combo, so Roar at 3 would actually be played here. But I think it's time that these go up, and this will be controversial, but Colossus has to come to 2 or 3, like people aren't even considering the deck right now. If you don't know this, when Colossus was at 3 at the TCG, even in the deck's full prime, it was never the best deck of the format. Sure, it was a tier 1 deck, but so are so many decks that haven't been hit or have been still alive through all of this time. I'm looking at you, Sky Striker motherfucker. I think it's finally time that I show a bit of updated, again, pure Chaos Thunder Dragon version, since I've already done a branded Thunder Dragon video, which if you haven't seen this, you can check it out. It's a really strong version of the Thunder Dragons, and it's maybe the better deck right now. It's like definitely tier 1, and I have been destroying Diamond with it, but this Thunder Dragon is still really strong. So let's get into the deck profile. So for the people who know how my deck has looked like, they may notice that Batteryman Sower is not here anymore. So I want to explain myself before I start with all the other stuff. Batteryman Sower was really strong because we had an insane combo if you draw Sower and Hawk. But since Hawk is at 1 in here, the Wolf combo is way stronger. So actually, Batteryman Sower is still a pretty good card. You can still even search it, you can still do some kind of other combos, but it's not as good, not as consistent. So I've decided to drop him to add some cards that I've wanted to add, and it has been working great this way. Obviously, if you get Hawk at 3, this is gonna change, and we're definitely gonna be playing Sower, but let's start. Obviously, Master Duel orders them how it wants. So let's start from here. Obviously, the 3 Matrix. Some people may play 2 Matrix, but I always suggest 3 Matrix. Obviously, the 3 Maxi, and you may notice, this is one of the only decks that I didn't put 3 Ash Blossoms in, or any. Because Thunder Dragon, I've explained myself when I played 3 Effect Veilers instead of 3 Ash in Thunder Dragon. In Thunder Dragon, the other hand traps can prove way more useful than Ash. Since most of the time you already wanna summon Colossus anyway, so they can't search. Obviously Ash can stop other things. But here we are talking about how the other cards are more useful than Ash. I'm not saying Ash is gonna be useless. I'm saying Effect Veil, for example, negates an effect, which is gonna be way more useful when you already walked the opponent from searching. So Effect Veil also isn't here. I replaced it with Impermanences, which I'm gonna explain why. I played Veil for the Chaos synergy, stuff like this. But there is a really big reason why I put Impermanence instead of it here. But yeah, obviously the 3 Max say 1 white and 1 black dragon. 1 is just fine. Like you search them, you do the combos with them, you recycle them. They're great. They get into level 4 combos, really good in the deck. Obviously the 3 Wolf Weapon, incredible starter. Isn't it so cool? Thunder Dragon is my favorite deck of all time, and my favorite animal is the wolf. I even have a wolf tattoo on me, and they just release a wolf card that is basically played in Thunder Dragon. It has incredible synergy with it. It's just so cool to me. You have the combo with Roar or Matrix or Dark. By the way, I normally say in my deck profiles that there will be a combo video or something, but in this case, even with this updated deck, the combos are still the same from my first Thunder Dragon video and the updated Ready Fusion like Baron Thunder Dragon video. So if you check these 2 videos out, you're gonna know all the combos basically. If there is a new combo, I'm gonna cover it obviously, but as of now, these combos are still relevant. The deck hasn't really changed besides the addition of this, which I covered the new combos in another video. But I also have a lot of test hands and duels in my channel, so you can go back and check out the other Thunder Dragon videos, and they're still gonna be relevant. Obviously we have the 3 Thunder Dragon. I will always praise Konami how they managed to make such an old card so good in the deck that is based around it. Like Thunder Dragon is just the OG Thunder Dragon, and it's so good in the deck. That's just so cool to me. I love that they've managed to do that. and this is just incredible, just such a cool thing to do. Obviously the 3 dark, the 1 hawk, if it goes up we are gonna be playing more. The 2 roar, if it goes to 3, some versions are gonna be playing 3, some versions are gonna be playing 2. So like 2 isn't that big of a deal, but in this version for example, it's great to draw weapon with roar, so if it's a 3 I would bump it in this version specifically to 3. The 1 duo, it's searchable, it's great, it's really useful, and the chaos creator, my favorite chaos monster for this deck. He's so strong and he's searchable. I mean, what more do you want? He's also level 8, so you can go into number 38 combos with him. Such a good card in this deck, and it's so cool that you can special summon opponents' monsters that are banished. Just such a cool card. Incredible synergy with the deck. Now we have a new addition, which is gonna be Raigeki. This is one of the cards that I've put in instead of Solar. Man, the amount of times, like, with the Thunder Dragon before, like without Raigeki and impermanences, if they activate a card that stops monsters basically, like monster effects, stuff like this, you literally auto-lose the duel. The only thing you have in the deck to like fight food gates and these types of things is monsters and monster effects with the old deck version. So obviously this is disgusting because one of these cards can literally auto-lose the duel. Literally one of these cards, and especially if it isn't like a spell or trap, because we played Feather's Duster before, you're done. So Raigeki is great for that. There are times where I really wanted to have a Raigeki in the deck, and maybe I can stall the duel to draw it on time, but if it isn't in the deck you can't do that. I'm a genius. So yeah, I put it in there and it feels great. The other addition is a gold sarcophagus. Previously I removed it because if all of the stuff you do goes through, gold sarcophagus becomes useless because you already do like all of the effects, you already activate all the effects you want. But if you get stopped or hand trapped, it could be a lifesaver. So I just decided to put it in here. It's also a really good draw if you like don't have a lot of resources and you need to get back into the game. Just a really good card in this deck obviously, so I decided to put it back in. The 1 instant fusion obviously, and I explained this previously, but I really love the ratio of 2 ready fusions and 1 instant fusion. It's way better than 3 ready fusions because you can actually activate both of them in one turn, and they can actually go into the synchro place on their own if you summon these 2. So like if you have both of them, you can actually do really cool stuff by activating both of them in the same turn. So I really love this ratio. I could see if with this version you want to play 3 ready fusion and the 1 instant fusion, just to have that option of this really strong combo maybe happen more often, but I think it's gonna be a bit too much. You might kinda start to brick with combination of some other cards. So I really like this ratio as of now. A World of Darkness, incredible in this deck. Just what more can be said here? I mean, if you know the deck, you know how insane this is. It's a draw 2, and if you banish like one of the darks, it's literally just pluses. It's absolutely disgusting in this deck. It isn't even once per turn. So good in this deck. The 2 Thunder Dragon fusion is just perfect. Feels incredible. I always said how much I love this card and how balanced, and like it's really strong but it's still balanced. I really love the design of this card. It doesn't feel so broken that it's unfair, but it's a really strong card. This is like such a perfect balancing of a strong card. I really love it. The 2K space, I'm pretty sure I talked about this previously. At some point I played 3 and it was actually really bricky, and since I've played 2 it's felt incredible, and I've kept it at 2, and I would recommend you keep it at 2. It has been feeling really good. I already talked about the 2 ready fusion, Called by the Grave, one of my favorite cards of all time, obviously in here, and the 3 infinite impermanence. I already kinda explained the reason why I put this over Veiler. If they have cards that stop your monsters, this can be one of the only things that can save you. Now that I have the Raigeki, that's the other thing. But if they have like a monster that stops monster effects and you happen to draw impermanence without anything on the field, you can actually just imperm at the start of the turn and do everything. And also obviously it's way more versatile than Veiler, because if you're first you can actually set it, so it's really good first and second. And it isn't only in the main phase, so yeah, I'm definitely preferring it right now over the 3 Veiler, and that's it for the main deck. Before I go into the next deck, if you are enjoying the video, click that subscribe and like button for more Master Duel content, and let's look at the extra deck. We will start with Kaminari attack just for the instant fusion and the ready fusion, and also the Sea Monster of Theseus. These are incredible. Sea Monster of Theseus for the synchro combos, and again as I said, you can actually like do both of them. Basically, if you have 2 of the cards, you can actually go into the synchro combos just with these. And if you have a card to set, obviously, for the Zoukin, but you can literally just go into Baron just with this, so it's really strong. Obviously, the one Colossus, controversial, but Colossus should just go up in here. Obviously, at least like to 2, but I definitely see it on 3. You're gonna see it's gonna be fine. People aren't even considering the deck anymore. But even though this is Master Duel, man, how is he still banned in the TCG? I can't do this anymore. Look at him. I miss you so much. I hope Konami gets herpes if they don't unban you. What are you looking at? Then we have 2 Titan, which if you decide to drop something out of the extra deck, maybe you don't want to play the synchro stuff and have a lot more space. Obviously, one of the things that you can put in is a 3rd Titan. It is cool, but obviously they're recyclable, and 2 has been feeling really good when I've played, so 2 for now is just fine. If something like gets banned from here or something like gets removed from here, one of my first options is gonna be 3rd Titan. Then we have the Crystal Wing for the Zoukin combo, and if you don't know how this works, again, it's still relevant. My combo video of the Thunder Dragons shows that. You can find it on my channel. I have the Baron de 4. It can be done with the same combo, basically just Theseus and Dark or something. But also, again, you can just, if you draw these 2, this is straight up Baron, and it's really strong. We have the one Abyss Dweller, just one of the best rank 4s, and it's just a really good monster to have in combination with your other stuff. And in some of the combos, like if you've watched the videos, you know, we have ridiculous combos, just disgusting combos, and you put an Abyss Dweller on top of it. It's really easy to summon. You have a lot of level 4s, you have these that can summon themselves. We have the number 38, which in some cases can be really clutch, and like even in some situations, like let's say it's a bit later in the game, or you aren't playing against a deck that searches that much, but negating a spell is gonna be crucial. You can just, you have decent amount of level 8s to go into number 38, so there are situations where he is really good. You can also, you know, you have basically 3 level 8s, but you can even recycle Colossus if you happen to detach it after, and it's just really good. It can come up in some like first turn combos too, if you manage to summon these 2 and still have Colossus. Things like this, it's just really cool to have in here, but it doesn't come that often. I will understand, for example, if you want to just play 3rd Titan, even though a 3rd Titan might not come that often, but I quite like this option in here. Striker Dragon, obviously use it like for the black and white dragon combos, stuff like this. Masquerade is just a really good generic link too, that you can just link climb and then do some cool things. Obviously the Anaconda, incredible stuff. It allowed Thunder Dragon to have such a cool combo, and it's actually in my first Thunder Dragon Master Duel video where I also showed that combo, and it has been incredible. The one Unicorn, obviously just a really good generic link 3, and the one Access Code Talker, the really good generic link 4. And you can actually spam monsters, so you can actually quite often summon these, and it's really strong, man. The deck is still really strong, but just imagine when we finally get some things unlimited. Maybe not Colossus, they might not do this, but this definitely has to go up, maybe the Roar, and it's gonna be even better. But the deck is still like sleeper, really strong. People, I'm telling you, don't even consider it. Like they don't even think about it in Master Duel. They maybe think about the branded version now. It's probably been played a bit more, and yes, it is a bit better right now. But this deck is still incredible and is still really strong, so if you love it, you can definitely, if you're good with the deck, you can definitely smash to the latest division with it. It's this strong, it's really functional. But I am just waiting for it to get better, so we can show that Thunder Dragon supremacy. So let me know in the comments what you think and what other Master Duel videos you want to see. And if you want to see some more content immediately, you can check out the videos next to me on the screen. And I'm gonna miss you till the next one.